softly to the glass tonight, like fingers from a year I used to know. The lamp was low, the coffee had gone cold, and every shadow moved a little slow. I found your name inside an old receipt, folded with a train I never took. The city hung beyond the window frame, while I kept turning one forgotten book. There was a room where summer used to stay, a wooden chair, a sweater on the door. We never said the things we should have said. We only watched the evening cross the floor. I hear the tires passing through the street, a lonely radio behind the wall, and in the quiet space between two songs, I almost think I hear you call. When the rain finds the window, I remember without trying. Not the tears, not the goodbye, just the light we left behind. There are roads I never followed, there are words I let go by, but tonight they sit beside me like old letters learning how to sigh. The clock is kind when no one asks the time. It lets the night move carefully and deep. I place the needle where the silence turns, and let the record carry me to sleep. Your photograph is fading at the edge, but still the room grows warmer when it shows. Some memories are not meant to return, they only bloom when evening closes. When the rain leans on the window, I can feel the years grow tender. Not a wound and not a promise, just a song I still remember. Every street became a river, every light became a star. In the past it's down beside me, without asking who we are. I do not need the morning to explain what night has done. Some hearts are quiet gardens where the lost things still have sun. When the rain leaves the window, there is nothing left to borrow. Only warmth inside the silence, only peace beneath the sorrow. If the dawn should find me listening to the record turning low, I will thank the passing weather for the names it let me know. The rain moves on, the room stays still, a little light remains upon the windowsill. street, a wooden chair, a folded coat. The night moves slowly through the walls like an old and handwritten note. I thought of you, but not with pain, more like a song from far away, the kind that passes through the heart, then leaves a warmer shade of gray. After midnight, softly turning, every window gathers rain, not to bring the past before me, not to make me call your name. Just a guitar in the corner, just a cup beside the light, and the years become more gentle when they sit with me tonight. The record waits beside the lamp, but I let strings and silence play. Some memories are better kept when no bright morning pulls away. The taxi fades beyond the lane, the stairwell light begins to dim, and all the words we never used grow quiet at the window rim. After midnight, slowly breathing, there are roads I do not need. There are letters left unopened, there are hearts that learn to lead. Every chord becomes a doorway, every pause a little shore, and the love I could not answer does not trouble me anymore. No humming in the hallway, no voices through the wall, only rain and nylon strings holding up the fall. After midnight, gently fading, I can let the weather stay. Let it wash the crowded hours, let it take the noise away. In this room of brown and silver, with the guitar soft and low, I remember without reaching, I release without letting go. The strings fall still, the rain moves on, the cup grows cold before the dawn. The day is ending in a haze. The rain is tapping on the roof. I'm lost inside a gentle maze. There's a blue lamp in the corner cafe where the rain keeps time on the awning. The waiter knows I like the table by the wall, and the radio low in the morning. I came here once with a lighter heart and a letter I never unfolded. Now the years sit down in the empty chair, wearing coats from a winter grown older. The glass remembers every fingertip. The candle bends when the door sighs open. A woman hums a tune from another room, like a promise that was softly broken. I do not blame the road for turning away. I do not blame the clock for leaving. Some love is only a quiet place where the heart goes on believing. Under the blue light, the evening is slow. Nothing is lost, but nothing comes home. A cup cools down and the streetlights blur, while the rain keeps speaking in words without words. I keep one smile from a season before, not to return to, not to restore, only to warm these hands for a while under the blue lamp, alone with your smile. Is softer now, just piano and brushes breathing. The city outside wears a silver coat, and the night has no reason for leaving. I trace a circle where your cup had been, though I know it was years ago. Some ghosts are gentle when lamps are low. They only come close and glow. Under the blue lamp, the rain turns gold. Every young dream becomes something old. The door keeps opening, strangers come through, but none of them carry the weather of you. I keep one silence from long before, not as a wound, not anymore, only a light that refuses to die. Under the blue lamp, soft as goodbye. Let the street forget our footsteps. Let the table lose our names. What remains is not the sorrow, but the warmth inside the flame. Under the blue lamp, I finish the night with a song in the glass and a low amber light. The past is a coat I no longer wear, but sometimes I touch it and know it is there. I leave one coin and a breath on the door, not for the life we were dreaming before, only to thank what the rain let me see. Under the blue lamp, returning to me. The lamp grows dim, the street turns wide, the rain walks home by the riverside. A small table beside the rain, a brown light on the wall, two photographs without a frame, and one unanswered call. The evening bends around the room, the record turns and plays. I hear the city through the glass, like footsteps without a face. You used to say the night was kind when no one asked for more. We watched the streetlights come alive from the third floor corridor. Now every cup and every chair has learned to speak your name, but softly like a match gone out, still warm inside the flame. At the small table beside the rain, I let the quiet find me. Not every love must come again, not every door behind me. The glass is dark, the lamp is low, the music moves so slowly, and all the years I tried to hold sit down and do not know me. A muted guitar starts to lean against the window light. The bass walks gently through the floor and disappears from sight. I never kept the promises I made when I was young, but some of them still visit me in songs I have not sung. At the small table beside the rain, the room becomes a letter, the kind you write but never send, because the silence knows better. The coffee cools, the streetlights fade, the passing cars grow tender, and what I thought I had to lose becomes what I remember. There is no storm inside me now, no need to call your name, only the turning of the sound, only the patient rain. At the small table beside the rain, I leave the past unspoken. A little light, a little song, a heart that stays half open. And I can keep the younger years, the window keeps the weather, and I will keep this quiet room where lost things sit together. The record slows, the rain remains, a small table beside the rain. The corner bar was almost closed. The chairs were turned against the rain. A waiter wiped the evening down, like sorrow from a window pane. I kept my coat across my knees and watched the neon lose its red. The jukebox played a softer song than anything we ever said. There was a mirror by the door that made the room look twice as old. It held the smoke, the amber lamps, the stories no one ever told. the streetcars carry past. There are names that turn to weather, there are dreams that turn to wine, and tonight I only hold them for a moment, not as mine. Piano missed a silver note, then found its way across the floor. A couple laughed beside the stairs and disappeared behind the door. I thought of how the years can change a voice, a face, a room, a town, but leave one candle burning low where all the old songs settled down. I took a rain check on the longing, paid the bill and let it be. Not every road that leaves us lonely needs to bring us to our knees. There are evenings made for silence, there are losses made for grace, and the rain outside the window looked like time upon your face. No final words were waiting, no letter had to send. Some memories are kinder when they do not have an end. I took a rain check on tomorrow, let the night walk home alone with a melody beside me and a warmth I used to own. If the corner bar remembers, I will leave it where it stands, just a glass beneath the lamplight, just the rain upon my hands. The chairs turn in, the lamps burn low, the rain checks out, and I let go. The elevator lights were gold along the hallway wall. September rain was in the pipes and footsteps crossed the hall. I held a paper bag of bread, a letter in my coat. The city smelled of evening trains and someone's winter smoke. You lived one floor above the street where headlights climbed the stair. I used to hear your radio like weather in the air. We never called it anything too fragile or too true, but every time the door slid closed, the silence thought of you. Elevator lights in September, softly rising, softly gone. Every number held a memory, every floor became a song. I was young enough to wonder, I was old enough to know. Some goodbyes began in whispers long before they learned to go. Kept its little mouth shut tight against the rain. A neighbor's child was laughing low, then quiet came again. I pressed the button just to watch the embers circle shine, and for a breath the hall glow behind the tears. Every door that opened slowly showed a room I could not keep. And the rain outside the building sang the city into sleep. No one waits forever, no one leaves at once. The heart becomes a hallway full of almost open fronts. Elevator lights in September carry what I cannot say, down to where the wet street listens, up to where the shadows stay. If I pass that old apartment in the rain some other year, I will bless the little silence that once told me you were near. The doors close soft, the hallway dims. September rain comes wandering in. A postcard from a quiet avenue arrived without a date. The ink had blurred around the moon, the corner showed a gate. I turned it over in my hands and heard the summer rain from somewhere near a hometown road I never walked again. There was a cafe by the trees with yellow curtains drawn. A woman swept the entrance clean before the early dawn. We sat there once and shared a paper cup of tea. You laughed because the radio was older than the sea. Postcard from a quiet avenue. Tell me nothing, tell me slow. Let the picture keep its distance, let the faded river flow. I do not need the whole address, I do not need the truth, only that small blue corner where the rain still looks like you. The mailbox by my rented door has rust along its side. It keeps the news of other lives and secrets that arrive. I placed your postcard near the lamp where shadows come and go, and watch the evening turn it gold like autumn long ago. Postcard from a quiet avenue. Stay beside the coffee steam. Not a road I have to follow, not a door inside a dream. Every word that disappeared left a softer kind of line, and the silence in the paper put its gentle hand in mine. Maybe memory is weather, maybe distance is a room where old flowers keep their color long after they lose blue. Postcard from a quiet avenue. I will leave you by the light with the stamps of all my seasons and the hush of rainy night. If the past should ask for nothing, I can answer without pain. There was once a quiet avenue, and it smelled of tea and rain. The card lies still, the lamp burns low. A quiet road begins to glow. The last train was blue in the station light, its windows full of rain. I watched it breathe like something tired, then vanish down the lane. Your scarf was folded in my bag, I never gave it back. The platform smelled of iron dust and coffee paper sacks. A woman swept the waiting room, a clock forgot to chime. Two students slept beneath their coats, unbothered by the time. We said so little at the end. The night could not complain. It only placed its silver hand upon the leaving train. The last train was blue and the rain was kind. It did not ask me what I lost or what I left behind. It carried all the unsaid words across the sleeping town, while I stood still beneath the roof and let the silence down. Like station signs, too blurred to read at night. Some names remain like ticket stubs, kept folded out of sight. I hear a whistle now and then when weather turns this way, and all the lamps along the track begin to lean and sway. The last train was blue and the night was white. It took the younger part of me somewhere beyond the tide. The rails were shining like gold strings, the clouds were low and gray, and what I thought would break my heart just slowly moved away. No final wave, no answer, no promise in the rain, only the long blue windows lighting softly from the frame. The last train was blue, but my hands are warm. I have lived through many evenings, I have made a room from storm. If I hear it in the distance, I will let the whistle be. For some departures teach the heart a quieter way to breathe. Blue train gone, rain still near. The platform sleeps, and I am here. to hurry. No one waiting down the street. Only shadows on the ceiling. Only slippers on my feet. There were songs my mother played me when the kitchen light was low. Songs about a distant harbor and a love that moved too slow. Now I place the needle gently where the silver circle shines, and the room begins to gather all the weather of my life. Coffee, steam, and Sunday vinyl softly turning through the room. Every note becomes a lantern, every chord a small perfume. I am not as young as morning, I am not as lost as rain. I am only sitting quietly with the music and its name. On the shelf, the faded covers lean like friends from long ago. Some are bright with summer colors, some are brown with winter snow. I do not need a grand occasion, I do not need the world outside. Just a record, just a window, just a place where years can hide. Coffee, steam, and Sunday vinyl tell the evening not to run. Let the bass line walk beside me, let the old strings find the sun. Every cup I left unfinished, every letter I delayed, comes to sit around the table in the gentle light we made. The rain does not forgive me, the rain does not accuse. It simply keeps the rhythm for the life I did not choose. Coffee, steam, and Sunday vinyl keep me warm when lights are low. Let the final song fall softly where the quiet rivers go. If tomorrow finds the window clearer than it was tonight, I will thank this turning record for its small and steady light. The coffee fades, the record turns, the Sunday rain still softly burns. Neon rain on Harbor Street was shining on the stones. A red sign buzzed above the door where sailors drank alone. I walked beside the shuttered shops with salt wind in my hair. The city had a tired voice, but kindness in the air. There was a song from somewhere small, an old guitar and bass. It followed me past window blinds like someone knew my face. I kept your postcard in my coat, though years had made it pale. The harbor lights were moving slow, like candles on a rail. Neon rain on Harbor Street, do not hurry me tonight. I have carried many seasons through the blue electric light. There are names I do not speak shine but left its window gleam. I saw my younger shadow there, still waiting by the door for someone with an easy smile who would not come anymore. Neon rain on Harbor Street turns the old town into glass. Every sign becomes a lantern for the things that had to pass. I am not the girl who waited, I am not the storm I knew. I am only walking slowly where the night remembers you. No bright goodbye was needed, no promise had to stay. The tide was always leaving in its ordinary way. Neon rain on Harbor Street, let the final light burn low. I can bless the empty doorway, I can watch the water go. If the morning finds this city washed in silver, soft and new, I will leave one quiet footstep where the rain once carried you. The harbor sleeps, the guitar fades, the neon bends through rainy shades. I found my old blue coat again behind the winter door. Its pocket held a ticket stub from 1974. The rain was low, the tide was out, the room was coffee brown, and every button on that coat had kept a little sound. I wore it once beside the pier when you were leaving town. You said the sea looked tired there, the gulls were circling down. I did not ask you where you'd go, I did not ask you why. Some questions age more tenderly when no one makes them fly. Low tide in an old blue coat, I remember without blame. Not the coldness of the evening, not the ending of your name. Only lamps along the water, only footsteps near the foam. Only how the rain can turn a leaving place into a home. The lining has a silver tear, the collar lost its shape. But when I hold it to the light, the younger years escape. A bass note from the radio moves slowly through the floor, and suddenly that harbor road is waiting there once more. Low tide in an old blue coat, there are pockets full of years. There are folded little silences that no longer turn to tears. I can touch the faded wool, I can let the weather pass. Like a face behind a window, like a light behind the glass. I do not need returning, I do not need the past. Some warmth is made for holding, some warmth is made to last. Low tide in an old blue coat, light moves wide, the rain comes home with nothing to hide.
Was amber then, the carpet smelled of rain. A radio behind the wall was playing soft again. I stood there with my groceries and keys inside my hand, listening to a stranger's song from some forgotten band. The elevator did not move, the stairwell held its breath. The city on the 7th floor was quiet after 9. Not empty, only softer now, with windows full of gray. And every little rented room had something left to say. Amber hallway radio, play a song I almost know. Not too bright and not too just enough to make time slow. Let the old walls lean around me, let the rain speak through the stair. There are evenings when a memory only wants to stand there. The kitchen light in childhood homes, the soup inside the pot. A neighbor closed her door with care, a baby started crying, and that ordinary sound, the younger years were flying. Amber hallway radio, turn the silence into thread, so the rooms and rainy said. I can hear a softer version of the life I used to chase, through the wires in the plaster, through the light upon my face. No orchestra is needed, no grand and golden phrase, just one tired little station to return me to those days. Amber hallway radio, fade before the morning comes, leave me with a gentle static and the low electric hum. If I pass this hall tomorrow with the daylight moving through, I will know the rain once opened. One more quiet door to you. The station drifts, the hallway glows, the rain keeps time, and no one knows. Photographs under the tea tin, in the cupboard by the stove, faces browned by summer windows, smiling from a world we know. There was flour on the table, there was rain along the roof, and my mother's quiet singing made the evening feel like truth. picture had the corner torn. One showed a garden chair. One was taken near the station with a ribbon in my hair. I do not know who held the camera. I do not know the day, but the light around the doorway has refused to fade away. Photographs under the tea tin keep the kitchen warm tonight. Let the kettle hold the silence. Let the rain stay near the light. I have traveled many cities. I have changed my coat and name, but the faces in the cupboard still remember why I came. The tablecloth was yellow once, now folded in a drawer. The clock above the window does not answer anymore. But when the acoustic guitar touches one familiar chord, I can smell the rainy hallway. I can hear the wooden floor. Photographs under the tea tin. You are not asking me to stay, only showing me the weather of a softer yesterday. Every hand upon my shoulder, every room I had to leave, comes to sit beside the kettle where the quiet learns to breathe. Home is not a country. Home is not a street. It is the way a rainy evening moves the chair beneath your feet. Photographs under the tea tin. I will close the cupboard slow. There are some old lights within us that no distance can outgrow. If the morning finds me older, with the rain still on the glass, I will thank the little pictures for forgiving what has passed. The kettle cools, the cupboard sighs, the old rain stays behind my eyes. A closed book lies beside the lamp, its ribbon marking rain. I meant to read the final page, but evening came again. The piano touched a single note and left it in the room, like one small star behind the glass, in quiet amber bloom. There were letters in that story that I wrote but never sent. There were rooms that smelled of cedar. There were years I never table like a slow, forgotten tune. I used to think that every sorrow needed one bright final word. Now I know the quiet pages are the truest ones I heard. Soft piano for a closed book, turn the silence into gold. Let the younger voice inside me learn the kindness of the old. Every chapter I abandoned, every road I did not choose, finds a chair beneath the lamplight and a softer pair of shoes. No need to open everything, no need to ask for more. Some memories are sleeping like rain behind a door. Soft piano for a closed book, I will let the evening stay with the ribbon in the middle and the last page turned away. If the dawn should find me peaceful with the record spinning low, I will thank the unread story for the room it let me know. The book stays closed, the lamp grows thin, the piano fades, the rain comes in. The telephone line was quiet tonight, but rain was moving through. A silver sound from pole to pole, like something I once knew. I sat beside the yellow lamp with coffee growing cold. The number written in my book had turned a little old. I never called to ask your life, I never called to cry. Some doors are better left alone when years have passed them by. But in the wire above the street, the weather seemed to say that every voice we do not hear still travels in some way. Velvet rain on the telephone line, carry nothing back to me. Only let the quiet tremble where a younger heart used to be. I have learned to hold the evening without asking it to stay, and the silence in the receiver sounds like time moving away. The curtains breathed against the glass, the record turned below. A soul guitar began to lean into the thought of rooms we never had and roads we never found, and let the soft electric keys lay those old wishes down. Velvet rain on the telephone line, you can sing above the town. Not a message, not an answer, just a low and tender sound. Every word I left unspoken, every season I outgrew, finds a place inside the weather and grows gentle passing through. No voice has to return now, no promise has to ring. Some love becomes the midnight where old wires softly sing. Velvet rain on the telephone line, let the morning come in slow. I will leave the number sleeping where the faded pages go. If the night remembers something I no longer need to claim, let it hum inside the rainfall without calling out your name. The wire is still, the room is low, the rain keeps on where old voices go. A white scarf in the backseat was folded by the door. The taxi crossed the river lights. I had been there before. The driver kept the radio low. The rain was soft and white. I watched the city lose its shape on the window by my side. You left that scarf one winter night when into blue. A white scarf in the backseat. I will leave you where you are, with the taxi crossing softly underneath the evening star. If the road should carry me past the places we once knew, I will thank the winter fabric for remember without you. The meter slows, the scarf stays white, the rain goes on through city light. The room where strings remember has curtains soft and gray, a wooden box of letters the rain has kept away. I open one at evening, not looking for a sign, only to hear the paper move gently into time. Your handwriting was careful, a little left of true. The ink had turned to autumn, the edges faded blue. I did not read it loudly, I let the silence speak. The lamp made every sentence feel older, warm and weak. The room where strings remember does not ask the heart to break. It only brings the shadows to the places they can take. All the words we could not answer, all the roads we did not claim, settle softly in the music without calling us by name. The piano touched the corner, the bass came in like rain. A little guitar answered and disappeared again. I placed the letter back inside and tied the ribbon slow. Some things are not forgotten, they simply learn to glow. The room where strings remember turns the years to candlelight. Not a sorrow, not a promise, just a window in the night. Every page I thought would wound me, every line I feared to see, became a quiet season sitting peacefully with me. I have no need to follow the roads beneath the dust. The past is not a prison when memory becomes trust. The room where strings remember, let the final note stay low. I will close the wooden letterbox and let the rain fall go. If the morning finds till the strings breathe out, the lamp grows thin, the room keeps rain and peace within. Brown sugar light on the floor from a lamp beside the chair. Rain was drawing little roads through the window, silver air. I moved my cup across the table, made a circle in the steam. The night was slow enough to hold a half-remembered dream. There was music in the hallway, there was bass beneath the wall. Not too loud and not too lonely, just enough to soften all. I thought of you in passing, like a street I used to know. Not a place I need to walk to, only one I'd pass below. Brown sugar light on the floor, keep the evening warm and low. Let the rhythm move around me like a river moving slow. I do not need the old fire, I do not need the rain to end. Only this small golden hour where the heart can breathe again. The brush drums tap like fingers on a letter never sent. The guitar made a little answer, then returned to where it went. I was not waiting for forgiveness, I was not counting what was gone. I was listening to the quiet that had carried me so long. Brown sugar light on the floor turns the shadows into wine. Every chair becomes a witness, every clock forgets the time. There are nights that ask for nothing, there are songs that know your name. Without opening the doorway, without starting up the flame, let the rain stay easy, let the bass walk slow. Some love is only music from a room we used to know. Brown sugar light on the floor, I will leave the record on till the last warm note is fading and the rainy street is gone. If tomorrow brings a clear sky, I will not ask where you are. I will keep this quiet rhythm like a small remembered star. The lamp burns brown, the bass walks low, the room turns soft and lets me go. Streetlights behind the wine glass were bending into gold. The rain had made the avenue look softer, deep and old. I turned the stem between my hands and watched the evening swim. The room was full of quiet songs that never hurried in. You used to sit across from me when Saturdays were slow. We never spoke of future years, we only let them grow. Now every lamp outside the glass looks like a distant shore, and I am not the one who waits at windows anymore. Streetlights behind the wine glass, let the night move carefully. I have no wish to turn back time or make the past agree. Only let the golden weather lean a moment on the pane, while the old cafe remembers how to speak in gentle rain. The electric piano murmured like a river underground. The muted guitar answered with a small and silver sound. I raised the glass to no one, not in sorrow, not in pride, just to bless the quiet places where old feelings learn to hide. Streetlights behind the wine glass turn the room to amber shade. Every promise we outlive becomes a song the night has made. There are names that lose their sharpness, there are wounds that lose their way, and the rain outside the doorway does not ask me to explain. I am not empty-hearted, I am not broken through. I am only sitting softly with the light that once was you. Streetlights behind the wine glass fade before the closing hour. I will leave the table slowly with a little borrowed power. If the city keeps on raining, if the lamps begin to shine, I will carry home the silence that was yours and almost mine. The glass grows clear, the streetlights bend, the rain walks past like an old friend. Apron strings by the back door hung from a rusty nail. The rain was soft on the garden path, the evening thin and pale. I heard a kettle in my mind, a chair across the floor, and someone calling from the room I cannot enter anymore. The wooden steps were silver wet, the laundry smelled of rain. A little radio near the sink was singing low again. I left that house when I was young, with pockets full of sky, but every road I ever took kept bringing back that light. Apron strings by the back door hold the weather of my name, not the sorrow, not the longing, just the warmth before it came. There are places we outgrow, there are rooms we cannot keep, but they visit in the rainfall when the city falls asleep. quietly, then faded through the wall. I do not need to be a child to miss that yellow glow. Some homes are only rivers that teach the heart to flow. Apron strings by the back door tie the night to softer days. Let the kitchen hold the silence, let the rain remember ways. Every cup and every window, every worn and wooden chair finds a place inside the music and becomes a little prayer. I have traveled far from morning, I have changed in every town. Still the rain knows where to find me when the old light settles down. Apron strings by the back door, I will leave you in the rain, not to call the past around me, not to ask for youth again. Only let the quiet garden keep one lamp beneath the eaves, where a life I used to live in still can breathe among the leaves. The back door sighs, the guitar slows, the rain comes home where memory grows. Turntable dust in a quiet room, a circle waiting still. The rain was drawing silver lines across the windowsill. I placed the needle carefully where old songs used to start, and let the little crackling sound unlock a softer part. The coffee cooled beside the lamp, the street was blurred and low. A coat was hanging by the chair from many years ago. I did not choose a happy song, I did not choose a sad. I chose the one that sounded like the life I almost had. Turntable dust in a quiet room, spin the evening slow. Not to bring the past beside me, not to tell me where to go. Only let the worn out vinyl hold the rain against the glass, while the heart becomes more gentle with the music it lets pass. The acoustic guitar leaned in like someone at the door. The bass moved softly underneath the shadows on the floor. I closed my eyes and saw a town with lamps along the lane, a younger hand, a paper bag, a station full of rain. Turntable dust in a quiet room, keep the needle warm tonight. Let the old grooves carry softly what I cannot hold in light. Every small forgotten hour, every face I let go by, finds a home inside the turning without needing to ask why. No voice has to rise here, no ending has to shine. The record knows knows the weather of a heart that needed time. Turntable dust in a quiet room. I will let the final sigh play until the rain grows softer and the windows open wide. If the dawn should find me listening with the lamp still burning low, I will thank the dusty record for the peace it let me know. The needle rests, the room stays warm, the rain walks past without a storm. One streetlight near the bakery was shining through the rain. The bread was gone, the door was locked, the sign had lost its name. I stood beneath the awning there with evening in my coat and heard the town I used to know rise softly in my throat. The window smelled of butter still, the alley smelled of steam. A bicycle leaned by the wall like something from a dream. I thought of hands that wave goodbye at corners just like this. The ordinary little roads we never thought we'd miss. One streetlight near the bakery, keep the old town small and bright. Let the rain fall on the doorway, let the past stay kind tonight. I do not need the younger years to open every door. Only one warm piece of memory on a street I knew before. The nylon guitar moves slowly, no rhythm made to dance. Just careful strings and rainy air and one remembered chance. A bus went by with yellow lamps, the windows full of blue. And for a moment I believe the town remembered too. One streetlight near the bakery turns the pavement into gold. Every name I used to answer grows more tender as it's old. There are lives we leave behind us, there are seasons we outgrow, but the rain can bring them near us without asking us to go. I will not knock on closed doors. I will not chase the years. The light is only shining to make the distance clear. One streetlight near the bakery fades slowly if you must. I will carry home your amber in the pocket of my dusk. If the morning finds the window clear of every silver line, I will know the rainy corner kept a little warmth of mine. The bakery sleeps. a little broken silver tune that never knew my name. The lamp was low, the blanket warm, the room was breathing slow, and every street outside the glass had nowhere else to go. I placed my hands around the cup and listened to the night. A car went by, a door was closed, and silence held the light. I thought of all the tired years that taught my heart to bend. Not everything that leaves us has to feel just like an end. Rain gutter lullaby sings softly over me, not to make the past return, not to ask what used to be. Only let the water falling find a rhythm I can keep, while the room becomes a harbor and the old pain goes to sleep. The piano touched the quiet like a hand upon the rain. The strings came in behind it, then slipped away again. I do not need a brighter dawn, I do not need a sign. The night has given me enough in this small room of mine. Rain gutter lullaby, turn the roof to gentle sound. Let the restless roads inside me lay their heavy weather down. Every face that I remember, every door I cannot see, moves like water through the darkness and becomes a part of me. Sleep does not erase us, morning does not mend, but rain can make the silence feel almost like a friend. Rain gutter lullaby, stay until the window's clear. I will leave the lamp on softly for the lives that brought me here. If the dawn should find me quiet with the cup beside the chair, I will thank the falling water for the peace it left in there. The gutter sings, the light grows thin, the room holds rain and lets sleep in. The long string of evening was drawn across the room. A violin-like shadow moved softly through the gloom. The rain was on the window, the lamp was almost low, and every little silence had somewhere else to go. I heard a quiet melody before the piano came. It did not ask for sorrow, it did not speak your name. It only held the fading light, the way a hand might do when there is nothing left to promise. goodbye learns to pass. I am not afraid of quiet, I am not afraid of rain. There is music in the stillness, there is mercy after pain. Bass move below me like a river under snow. The guitar answered once or twice, then let the silence grow. I folded up the day behind me like a coat upon a chair, and let the room become a place where I could simply care. The long string finds a low and golden ending in the sound the strings awake. Let the final light be smaller, let the final word be kind. Some songs are only doorways to a calmer state of mind. The long string beside the window with the peace I never knew. If the record turns to silence, if the lamp begins to fade, I will keep this tender shadow that the quiet music made. The strings grow low, the window gleams, the evening folds into dreams. The hallway after the last song was quiet as a page. A little light beneath the door had softened with its age. The rain was walking down the stairs in silver patient shoes, and every room along the wall had nothing left to prove. I held my cup with both my hands, the coffee almost gone. The record in the other room was turning toward the dawn. No one called from down the street, no letter crossed the floor, but peace was standing near the lamp like someone I knew before. The hallway after the last song does not ask me where I've been. It only lets the evening fold its quiet edges in. Every shadow, every doorway, every ear I could not keep finds a softer place to settle when the rain begins to sleep. No farewell needs a candle, no sorrow needs a name. The night has done its talking through the window and the rain. can leave the door half open, I can let the night grow old. If the morning finds this room with the record turning low, I will thank the empty hallway for the peace it let me know. The hallway fades, the lamp burns thin, the rain moves out, the calm moves in. Low electric piano at dawn was breathing through the room. The rain had almost lost its voice, the window held the blue. I saw the street begin to wake, with headlights thin and pale, and all the night had left behind was peace along the rail. There was a coat across the chair, a record sleeve turned wide, a little spoon beside the cup, a candle nearly dried. I did not count the missing years, I did not call them wrong, I only let the morning come inside the final song. When the room finally rests, the rain becomes a thread, a quiet silver line outside where all the songs have led. The lamp is low beside the the chair. The coffee cup is still, and every shadow in the room has softened on the sill. I do not reach for yesterday, I do not call it home. I only let the window breathe and leave the night alone. The piano moves in single notes, like footsteps made of light, and all the names that pass through here grow gentle in the night. When the room finally rests, let the silence stay, let the rain take every sorrow to the edge of day. I have stared with every memory, I have watched the old light burn. Now the heart can close its windows, now the evening can return. No more road to follow, no more door to close, only one small lamp light where the rainy evening goes. When the room finally rests, I will leave the window wide for the last note of the weather, for the peace that came inside. If the dawn should find me quiet, with the lamp still burning low, let the night release the music, let the old room let me go. The piano fades, the rain turns deep, the lamp grows low, the room can sleep. The last light on the window is softer than before. The rain has lost its silver voice and rests beside the door. The piano plays in single notes, like footsteps made of air, and every song that filled this room is quietly still there. The cup is cold beside the lamp, the chair has kept its place. The night has folded every hour with tenderness and grace. I do not ask the past to stay, I do not call it mine. I only let the shadows breathe inside the embers shine. The last light on the window, let it fade, but not too soon. There are memories in the silence, there is mercy in the room. Every road that brought me here, every name I used to know, finds a peaceful little ending where the rainy rivers flow. No more words are needed, no more tears to keep. The heart has found a corner where the old songs fall asleep. The last light on the window leaves a warmth across the floor. I can close the evening gently, I can ask for nothing more. If the morning comes and remember softly how the night became a song. The light grows low, the rain moves on, the piano fades into the dawn.